Hey Metal Maniacs, this is Killsorrow, and you are cranking it up on Dave Softees Metal Meltdown on Metal Messiah Radio.
Alrighty, Metal Maniacs, here we go. Please help me welcome to Metal Messiah Radio by way of Krakow, Poland, from melodic groove metal band Killsorrow. Joining us, we have the drummer, Kamil Kułaj.
Hey Dave.
Hey, good to have you here, Kamil. Thank you for this opportunity and welcome to the Metal Meltdown. Let's learn all we can about your band, Killsorrow. I recently was approached by Vlad. He told me that he added your band to his roster. So, first off, please inform the listeners on who makes up the rest of the band.
I'm Killsorrow and I'm a drummer since the reactivation of the band in 2013. And the founder of the band is Michał. Also, he is the lead guitarist and the composer of our music. Then we have Martin called Piotr, and he's the bass player. And he plays with us for about 4 years. And also we have this year newcomers, Peter, who recorded vocals for the new album, and Karol on rhythm guitar.
Very nice. Thank you for explaining that to us. And I must say, I'm really enjoying your music, and your new vocalist is doing a great job on this self-titled Killsorrow. And I see the band formed in 2008 with a previous release, a full offering called Something, or I should say, Little Something for You to Choke On back in 2016. And here we are to talk about your latest release, your self-titled, as I said, Killsorrow. And I want to know how the band's name got selected. Could you tell us about the Killsorrow name, and then we'll get back to this release, and you could tell us about if it was self-released or if it was put out there on an independent label of some sort, okay?
Okay. About the band name, actually, I'm not sure. Some people mentioned that there was a tribe in World of Warcraft called Killsorrow, but our band has nothing about orcs and goblins. Let's just say it's a cool name for the band, and it expresses the spirit of our music, killing sorrow and giving joy to people on concert, especially, and also at their homes.
Very nice.
And that's about Killsorrow, yeah.
Very nice. And Killsorrow, was this self-released or was it put out there through an independent label? Because I recognize that your previous release was put out by some sort of a label. I'm not sure how big of a label it was, but this looked like it was self-released.
This was self-released. The previous one was released on Art of the Night Productions. It's a quite small label, but gave us some help. But this time, I guess they had some hard times, and they couldn't support us. And we also wanted to have more control and independence with this album, so we decided to do it on our own.
That makes sense, and that seems to be a trend these days. A lot of bands I speak to, they'd rather have more control and self-release the product themselves than to get signed to a label that virtually does nothing for them except get the music out there for them. But are you actually looking for a label, or you think that you're going to continue on with doing it yourself the way you're doing it?
The most important for us is what we are doing, what we are recording. So probably if there is a chance for a good label on good terms, we may consider it for the good of our music, for our albums. But we'll see.
Yes, that makes sense, and I wish you the best. Whatever works out best for you, I guess it's best to go that way, yeah. And let's learn more about Killsorrow. Who produced this effort, and where was this mixed, mastered, and recorded? What studio was this all done in?
The first thing about this recording, I have to say about our it may be boring, but I think it was quite thrilling about our personal changes we had. So when I was recording the drums to this album, Martin who was our previous singer, had to record the new tracks. But when it came to recording, we had to thank him for cooperation, because he joined some additional bands, and he had I think not enough attention for each of the band, and the future wasn't bright for us. So we had to search for a different singer, and I don't know how it happened, but within a month we found Peter, the actual singer, and in less than 2 months, including writing new lyrics, vocal lines, practicing them at the rehearsal, and also visiting the recording studio for his first time in his life. He recorded those awesome vocal parts. And also he was sick while recording. So
really,
that's madness.
Wow.
That's madness.
Can you imagine?
So it's about 50% of what he can do, I think.
Wow. That's very impressive, because of what I'm hearing from Killsorrow. Every song is not quite the same, and he has quite a range in his vocal styling. So if he was at 50%, I can't wait for the next one. Wow.
Mm-hmm. We are also waiting for new recordings to make it proper way, or some with some lower tempo maybe.
That's exciting.
But I'm sure it will be better than this one. So
wow.
Stay tuned.
Oh yeah. Well, I hope that we could come back here on Metal Meltdown on Metal Messiah Radio to talk about that music when it does come to fruition. Yeah.
And what's more about the recordings, to go to the point, recorded drums and vocals and at DMP studio with our mate Adam Drzewiecki, just like with the previous album, The Little Something for It to Choke, because he's doing a good job so far, so we didn't want to change it. And what can I say more? This may be also mind-blowing. We didn't align the drum parts in post-production like many bands do. I don't know if in USA they do, but in Europe it's quite common among the small bands, the middle size, and there are some moments when I a little speed up or slow down, but it's what I've recorded and how I feel the songs. I think it's quite natural, and also the guitars were recorded at our homes, following my drum parts, not the metronome, and this I think it's a bit different than the average. And quite hard, I think.
I'm enjoying the sound, and I appreciate you giving us this information. If you never said anything, I would never had an idea. No way.
Well, that was an experiment for us and for the listeners, yeah, because I think it sounds a bit different, and we didn't know if the final effect would be better or worse than the average aligned parts, yeah.
But you are satisfied with the results, right? I think so.
Yeah, well, I know where it could be better, but that's what I am. So it's not a fake, yeah.
Right. Well, that's good news.
That's what I play. Mm-hmm.
And you do it very well. And the cover art, let's talk about that, with the dark imagery, the bomb in the middle of this very brown image of the CD art. Could you tell us who designed the CD art for Killsorrow, as well as who designed the Killsorrow logo?
Mm-hmm. Oh, so I'm glad you're saying that it's the bump, because my girlfriend says it's tentacle or some animal,
Testicles or
but
something?
it's a bump, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And both logo and the cover art were made by our guitarist Michał, because he works as a graphic designer. He had the idea what we want to achieve. And also our bassist Martin worked on the design of the album, putting it all together and adding some rust and glitch effects to make our interpretation of post-apocalyptic view.
I see. Well, that makes sense. That makes sense. And also, I need to ask you about the band's appearance, as I notice on your promo pictures and on your live performance pictures that you have on your Facebook. I see everybody wearing face masks. So obviously, by looking at that, you know it's something to do, like you said, with the apocalypse, with bombs and atom bombs, if you want to say that. So could you spend some time with us talking about the band's appearance and the face masks and such like this, and about your stage performance with this? Could you tell us how this all came to be?
After recording the first long play, Little Something for It to Choke, we've decided to bring something extra to the band, because we understood that sometimes visual side may be even more important than the music, sadly, but that's how it is. And we wanted to stay in people's heads. So we thought that the Mad Max and Fallout world would be an interesting choice to mix it with our music, with metal. I think that post-apocalypse is quite metal. So that's why we choose it. There were no such bands that time, so I think we didn't copy anyone. And we made our masks and outfits for our own. They had to be comfortable to play with them for an hour in an airless venues. And it looks like it's going pretty well. It's working. So because those guys with masks stay in mind and attract people to come closer to the stage during the concert, and I think they enjoy our music twice as much.
I believe that. Yeah. Absolutely. Very good for you. And and let's talk about doing live shows. I would assume that you've been out there performing, and could you tell us about what you've been doing out there to support the Killsorrow album? If you can, share with our listeners some of the highlights of your past performances. We'd love to hear that. And if you have anything coming up that you'd like to spread the word on afterwards, we'd love to hear what you may have coming up in the near future.
Well, about supporting Killsorrow, we had some pretty nice concert in Poland and our neighbor Czech Republic. We wanted to do some more, but in this case we had to plan about a half year ahead. While the future of the band was quite uncertain, as I said, about the vocalists and all the stuff. We are quite satisfied about the concert we had, and that this album came to light also. And well, it has some shortcomings, but for us it's still a great piece of music, and we can share it with the world, in Poland, Czech Republic, and maybe far.
Yes. How was the audience, the fans out there supporting you for your live shows with your appearance and with the face mask and your whole set with the music and everything combined? How was the reaction of the fans for Killsorrow doing your live performances?
Previously, we had some concerts before, and those are not our first concert, and some people, quite many people seen us before, so some of them wasn't shocked with the mask, but they were quite satisfied that we are back. Some of them were shocked. Who are they? In those masks? How can they stay alive for an hour playing?
Right.
Yeah, and what can I say more? Well, the audience was quite nice. They enjoyed our shows, making some mosh pits and wall of death. So I think they are enjoying those concerts.
That's great news, and thank you for sharing that with us. What about future performances? Do you have anything lining up in the new year that we could talk about?
About the future, we are planning to do one bigger concert in our hometown and focus on this with some extra visual effects and record it and use it as a promo video for the future shows to show people what can they expect. And well, no more concert at this moment, but we will see.
I understand, and having a live performance video though is very cool. So I'm glad you're going to be doing that.
We already have some bootlegs on the internet, but we want to make some professional videos.
That's good news. Thank you for sharing that with us. And would you like to talk about your gear? Would you like to talk about your drum set?
Yeah, I won't be talking about the guitar stuff,
Right.
because I'm not into. As a drummer, I can say I'm using a Sabian HHX set with additional 18-inch HHX crash. Also, Tama bronze SLP snare drum. It's cool stuff. And Pearl Eliminator twin pedal. And also Roland SPDS model for a trigger kick, and the Yamaha Stage custom drums, and that's my stuff.
Very nice. Thank you for describing in detail what you're playing there. We do appreciate that. And I want to give your band's YouTube channel, that is Killsorrow Band on the YouTube. And I noticed the Killsorrow official video. Could you, for the title track, Killsorrow, could you let us know more about the making of this video, and beyond the live performance video that you're going to spend some money on and have it really done professionally, will you be planning on making any other music or lyrical videos for this offering?
So the self-titled track, the Killsorrow, was made by a film group, Grupa Sześciu, at the VR Cafe here in Kraków. Special thanks to its owner Rob, who helped us a lot there with the stuff. And it was deadly 16 hours marathon of recording. I think it's quite interesting due to its concept, because vision corresponds to the lyrics, and there are some nice video effects, so check it out. We work on new videos, but it will take some time, I think more than 2 months. It's time to Killsorrow, and first check this one and wait for the another ones.
Yeah, I hear you. And so when it comes time for you to unveil the future videos, please hit me up, send a message so that we could help spread the word, share the videos on our pages, and then help support you.
Right.
One other reason why we do these interviews is all about the underground. It's how we could help the bands that are in the underground by letting the fans help support the band. So that being said, I always like to talk about merch and what merch may be available for the fans to either get the CD, or if you have shirts or whatever you may have to support the band. So I want to give you Facebook, of course, facebook.com/Killsorrow, to give to the fans out there that are maybe interested in getting, like I said, your CD or something that you may have available to them as far as merch. So I want to make sure I have the proper links, or if you have any other link that would be better for the fans to know about. And beyond the CD, what other merch may you have available for them?
Well, of course, we have that new album. You can check it also on Spotify, iTunes, and YouTube also before buying it. So it's a fair deal. We also have, I guess, few copies of our previous album and some T-shirts with both albums' logos. So just write to us on Facebook, and nothing more at the moment. But
okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Can...
Yeah, I appreciate that. I just want to make sure. So definitely go to Killsorrow at Facebook and send them a message if you're interested in getting something from them, and they'll work it out with you. That's really the best way sometimes. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And by the way, what do you do when you're not doing the band? Do you have like a regular job, or does the band take your total attention? What do you do beyond the band?
We all sleep under the bridge.
You sleep under the bridge?
No, I'm joking. Okay. Well, I work in the IT just as our bassist, Martin. Michał, as I said, is a graphic designer, and Peter works in customer service in telecommunication industry, and Karol makes a living as a sound engineer and also a guitarist.
All right, thank you for informing us on that. And you've given us some thought process here of what the future holds for Killsorrow, but I want to hear from you what you can expect for the future of Killsorrow. You did mention about upcoming videos, and when they're launched, you'll let us know. Also, you mentioned that from what I'm hearing, that you may be working on new music. So could you go into more detail about that? Do you see that you'll be working on new music for another album in a year or two or something like this? Or what would you tell the fans out there what they can expect next from Killsorrow?
Well, I guess we want to have more live shows, because that's what pushes us forward and gives us fuel. And we are working on not new albums, but I guess a new single. And with Peter's potential, well, we can do almost everything, far beyond metal.
That's excellent. So when you have new music out there, hit me up and let us know about that. And when the time comes, if you have either an EP out there or another full release, and you need support and promotion for that, let us know. We'll do another interview, because I have to tell you, I really thank you for spending time with us tonight on Metal Meltdown on Metal Messiah Radio. It was rather refreshing to be able to talk to you and understand you so well, being that you're from Poland. In my experience, sometimes it could be very challenging for bands from Poland to communicate in English, but you've done a fabulous job, and I believe we learned so much more about Killsorrow thanks to you.
Thank you, Dave. And also the listeners who stayed with us. So spread the word about your favorite underground bands and share their music and go to their concerts, because it's up to you what music will be listened in the future, and you create the reality around yourself.
This is very true. And I was just going to ask you if you wanted to say anything to the fans out there that are tuning in, but you just did, and you did very well. But beyond that, what you just said to the people out there, is there anything else that you'd like to say to the fans out there that are tuning in?
I think we always say, as a post-apocalyptic band, stay radiant.
Stay radiant.
Yeah.
Very nice. All right. Well, I want to wish you and all in Killsorrow a great new year. Keep doing what you do, and we'll be back here to support that and talk about your future releases anytime you're ready for that. I do appreciate your time coming on Metal Meltdown, and I want to wish you the best of success. May you reach all your goals, and just keep doing what you do. I'm enjoying your sound, and from talking to you on Facebook, you said to me, the thing about our music is not everything sounds the same, and you know what? I love that about your band. I do see that there's a lot of depth to the sound of your band, and I really appreciate that. I must let you know.
Oh, thank you, Dave.
I thank you very much, and I want to thank you for a great interview. I really have enjoyed talking to you, and I do definitely look forward to future possibilities of having you back on the show. So as long as you are able to do this and keep the flow going with Killsorrow, whenever you want to come back on the show to talk about future releases, you'll have a home here on Metal Meltdown on Metal Messiah Radio.
Great news. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now let's crank up some more Killsorrow and crank it up loud.